hello, and welcome. My name is MiniBetrayal, and this is Satisfactory, Barad. Last episode, we got that lot set up, I think. It's actually been a little while since I played, so I can't remember exactly what we did last episode. But one thing I remember having done since the last episode is I got myself some parachutes, which you can see I am now wearing, which means I haven't tested this yet, but let's see. Click and parachute. There it is. I seem to be flailing quite a little bit. But anyway, this episode we are going to work on getting some motors sorted out because we need them for the next space elevator tier, and we need well, I want them. Oh. Yes, indeed. Okay, so let's have a look-see what a motor requires. So I believe it's a stator and a rotor. They're not made in that. They are made in one of them. Okay, a motor. Yeah, so we need 2 rotors and 2 stators. My mistake. We're already making rotors, and stators, they need steel pipe and wire, both of which we are already making. So let's get rid of that. We'll come over here. I want to put my blade runners on while I'm doing this bit. I'll continue to wear the parachutes while I'm working out in this area because I always fall down. But while I'm up here, it's easier to move around a little bit faster, I think. Okay, so we've got 2 inputs. Actually, do we? Well, yes, we've got 2 inputs, but stator. Steel pipe. So I've got steel pipe here. Now, do I want to take them out? Yeah, I may as well. I've already got the splitter there. Okay, so yes, we'll have 2 inputs. So we'll stick a wall down, wall conveyor 2, that way round. And we need to do our thing of, taking one of them up a little bit and then splitting off. So let's put down not a foundry, an assembler, where we actually want it, that way round. Okay, that lines up with something back there. Presumably the one right behind it. Okay, and we'll configure it to make stators. Now, how many do we need? 18 steel pipes a minute, 60 wire a minute. Let's see, how much wire do we actually have going on out here? This is when I want to put parachute on. So let's zoom in a bit. Where is wire? Where is wire? Well, that's a hell of a texture. I think that's supposed to be wire going down there, which means it's on that belt. Yeah, it turns from some low poly monstrosity into actual wire about there. Comes down through there, through there. Okay, so that's where it is, sort of next to the iron pipes here. So we need to bring them up from there. Oh, zoom back out. In fact, let's just, yeah. And, okay, so they'll come up to there-ish. Meanwhile, we need to wiggle around the whatever belt this is. I think this is reinforced steel or something. What is it called? Encased industrial beams, I think it was. Yeah, so we need to wiggle around that input. But we should have... Actually, let me pop down and see how much we are actually making in the way of wire. Okay, so this is the wire production facility down here. Now, is it just... Yeah, at the moment we've only got the one machine actually making it, and that makes it well, with the alternate recipe, a little over 60 per minute, some of which is going towards cable, but I don't think cable is being used for anything, it's just going straight into storage. So effectively, we're making the 60 wire a minute we need. Now let's go up and have a look at how many steel pipes we're making. Okay, here we've got our steel pipe production. This one is making 15 a minute, this one is also making 15 a minute, so we've got 30 per minute. That assumes it's running full time though, which it doesn't look like it is. Yeah, neither of them are running full time. So let's remind myself, they are getting a third of what these foundries put out. So they are getting, I think this one is yeah, so these two together at the moment, because they're input limited, are only making 40. So we're getting 13 and a third per minute on this belt. These want 15 a minute. Okay, so yeah, we don't actually have enough to run 2. I don't remember why I put 2 down there. May have to rewatch that episode. Either way, we've got enough throughput for one machine making these. We'll still put down the splitters though. So logistics, conveyor splitter, and I think that's where it wants to go. Yeah, that looks right. And something I can't believe I didn't consider before, but what we can do is if I put down another splitter in front of this one where it wants to go, is that in the right place? Yeah, that looks straight. Of course, splitters actually stack, so I can do that and then get rid of this one, which is a lot easier than fiddling around with the like these conveyor poles like that. All I need to do is bring it up once, and I think that's on that line. So bring it up once, and then that should be able to feed straight into there. Excellent. And then you can go down there like that. We'll give you an input, and we'll throw in the outputs as well, or the output I should say. So this one wants a merger facing that way, and this wants to be replaced with a wall conveyor, like that, with a belt. That doesn't look right. There, and a belt there. And power. Okay, that's powered. Now we just need to feed in the things. Okay, so let's throw my parachutes back on again. And then I need a... Will they let me do that? Yes. Okay, so let's build some foundations out here so I've got something to work from. Okay, and it's this one here I want to split off. That is the pipes, isn't it? Yeah, that's the pipes. So what we might do, I might bring them up to along here. There to there. Then I'll bring them down and do a wiggle. So bring them down, do a wiggle, and they want to wiggle that far and then go in there. Okay, that should feed in the pipes. Now the wires. Okay, right, where do we want the wires to come in? Whoops, that's the wrong button. That's what I want. And then just looking straight down, I think it's about here-ish. Now, I wonder, logistics, yeah, I'm too far down for that. I am going to have to go down there to do this. Alright, well that's what the parachute's for. Okay, and there we go. There. I'll use the ramp to do this bit, I think. That one looks a bit better, I think. Alright, so then we'll go up. So now I need to go upstairs wearing this. Wearing this? With this clicks. Oh. Let's pop that back on. Now we'll run upstairs. Okay, there it is. So, conveyor lift from there up to my level. Which should be there. Okay. So then we'll bring this out. How far out should we bring it? Let's bring it out that far. We'll do... Oh. I seem to be dropping some frames, which is odd because I'm only recording. We'll bring it to there. We'll go up a bit. There's my up and over. Bring them back down. How far this way do they want to come? I think it's there. That looks right to me. Alright, let's make sure that's all working. That looks like it's working to me. Excellent. Okay, so we're getting not nearly enough steel pipes, but we're getting the wire we need, and that will give us some stators. Now actually I should check this as well. Are stators made for anything other than motors? Word to the wise, the Factorio wiki does not have a lot of information about Satisfactory. Let's try that again. Okay, so they are used in making the motor, of course, also the turbo motor and the electromagnetic control rod, which is part of a nuclear fuel rod, so not a building. So yeah, we actually probably will need to take them outside. Because we'll need them to go up to wherever we make turbo motors and control rods. But yeah, but that is going to be a problem for future me, I think. So I'll leave that there. I'm not going to feed it down into the storage area, though. What I will do is put a splitter. In fact, let's do this the other way around. Let's put the splitter down first. Okay, so you can go in there, and you can you? I would very much like you to go in there, please. Okay, let's move that away from the wall a bit. It clearly doesn't like it for whatever reason. Okay. There to there. There to there. Okay, so we'll just leave that bit there for now, and then we'll make some motors over here. So we want another... Actually, this one doesn't need to be a 2 wall, it only needs to be a 1 because we've got the other one coming from there. So we'll have one input for rotors, walls, conveyor wall, there. And we'll put down another assembler. Okay, now, can we... Okay, because of this is already quite close here, I think I'll have this one, the rotors, be the one that go up a level. So we'll put a conveyor pole, we'll try and keep it in line. I think there's the line we want. Yep, so we'll have that go up. And then here we want splitters, which is in logistics, I should know that by now. I'll have that there. And that there. Now, is that too steep? No. Excellent. So, you go from there to there. You come in, go up, and go in, and you just pop around there. Then we need to power it. Then we need to give it an output. And then we need to find where I put the rotors. And I haven't got the faintest idea. Are rotors even down this far? Yes, they're on the belt below me right now. So they come in over here. They go into this splitter. Does this splitter go anywhere else at the moment? No. Okay, so we need to take rotors over there so they can go up higher. Alright, now looking at this, I could take them in here and then go up. But I think, and I may come back to regret this, or who knows, but I think for now at least I don't want there to be two disconnected conveyor lifts on like one line. So I'm going to take them over this way, and I'm going to feed them in just to the left of where that belt there is. So firstly I need to figure out where that is exactly. And then I need to get the rotors over this way. Okay, so we've got this screw belt here, and then to the left of that we've got 1, 2, 3, and then the fourth one is where we want the rotors. So not there. That's 1. That's 2. That's 3. And that is where we want the rotors going in. Okay, so let's throw in a conveyor lift on that side, please. Now, how high up does this go? Okay, so there's the line. And then that one we can do from up there. We know we can reach that. Okay, so now I need to feed the rotors into that new conveyor lift. And the rotors, they were over here somewhere. This splitter. Okay, so they can come out this way. It looks like they'll need to wiggle around that splitter. That should be just fine. Can't afford, I've got no concrete on me. That's bothersome. Okay, well I had some concrete in storage up here, so I guess I'm up here now. Now we should be able to, I should put my parachutes back on. I should be able to bring this one up to our level. Is that right? That looks right. Okay, now, yeah, I think I'm going to have to move this bit, which is fine. There's no harm in that. Oh, actually, no, that's silly. I don't need to do that. I am overthinking it. Let's put that back. I can just have it come out of there and turn. Actually, let's put that in first. I can just have it turn immediately and have it come along that way. We need to go quite a bit further there. Oh no, that's the output. It's just this one. That looks right to me. Well, let's double check I have actually connected that to the right place. Yeah, that's where the stators are going. Okay, so now it's connected at this end. We need to go back down there and connect the rotors. Okay, so if they come out of there, I think that's the rotor belt. They'll come out of there, they'll do a wiggle. They'll come along. There's the center line, back by 2, and go in there. Now, I'm not seeing any rotors on this belt. Please tell me this is actually the right belt. Yeah, that's a rotor. Excellent. Okay, so now I should be able to get rid of all the scaffolding, right? So I'm just playing around with the new mass deconstruct thing here. So if you hold control while you're mousing over, or apparently if you just press control while you look at something, it will add it to the list of things to actually be deconstructed when you actually press the button. There we go. That makes deconstructing lots of things much easier. Okay, now I need to head back up and get rid of... Actually, can I reach that from here? All but one. Okay, and deconstruct. Okay, now I should still have some conveyor supports which I'll need to get rid of, and I really should have thought about that before getting rid of the things that I'll have to stand on to do it. Ooh, okay, that one was a bit far. Jump, please. Thank you. In fact, it was an incredibly silly thing to do because I still need the scaffolds on this level because I want to put the motors in storage. Oh, well. Okay, I think I've gotten rid of all the conveyor poles. I guess if you see one, leave a comment. Oh, I forgot that. Alright, so the motors... Oh, I haven't actually configured this. Motors, there we go. They will come out on here. Okay, so... parachute. Okay, so luckily the tower is tall enough for me to have time to panic, go to my inventory, switch in the parachute, panic, forget the button to leave the inventory, remember it, leave the inventory, and enable the parachute before I die. So that's useful knowledge to have, because they're all vital steps in falling to your death. I've just noticed all the belts are the wrong colour. I forgot to set things up with the colour gun. I'll do that now. So yeah, if you haven't seen this trick before, what you do is you grab the colour gun, you equip the colour gun, you right click, you edit your colour by nothing, you update the preset, and everything in the world will now change its colour. Oh no, you need to take it out your hands first. Then put that back. Okay, so we may as well add in these guys, or that guy. Okay, so I want that to be one level higher than the encased industrial beams. Alright, so then that wants to come out as far as there's the center. Let's do it this way around, it's easier. Voila! Okay, so there's that. If I didn't know better, I would swear that that belt is bent. This belt here, it does not go in a straight line. It very slightly curves up. Is that... Have I futzed with the field of view too much or something? Changing that doesn't seem to do anything. How odd. Okay, and then we build a conveyor pole on top of the conveyor pole over there, and a conveyor belt to it. It should be just on the limit of where we can reach. And then I can get rid of this conveyor pole rather. Alright, so we've got that as far as there now. Now I want to figure out where is the storage thing going. So I need to be down there, I think. Yeah. Okay, so this is... Has this got anything in it? No, you're going to have motors in you. Conveyor lift. Wait. Let's just... I think I actually need to start at the top, the way I've done this. Ah! Okay, so I want that to come along to in line with that storage container. So how do I do this? That's not at all useful. You know what? All of these, they go up by one. There's absolutely no reason for that. I can fix it now before things get too out of hand. So I'll actually dismantle those as well. Alright, so we've got a nice little platform over here we can work with. Now how high actually are these? Okay, that is just one. And where does that actually want to go to? I think you are directly in line with the join between these. Okay, so you want to go there. And you are one high. So if I put a conveyor lift, please just connect. There. Okay, we'll have to do it this way instead. So that will be where it comes from. In fact, I'll put it there. So you can go in there. And that now should actually be level rather than randomly sloping up at the end. Okay. Now the next one. Okay, so now we'll get rid of these supports that we don't need. You come from that one. Go to there. That works nicely. Okay, next one. That's working. That one. There you go. That's working. And then this one we're taking down. That way. So just down. We'll just take it down as far as it'll go. Then there, down to ground level, and then see, these ones didn't quite connect up. Is that not in line? No, it's in line with the others. But it's, I swear that's like got a different texture. It extends out further. Have we got anything coming down? Yeah, we'll see if these actually make it into the thing, because there's no way I can squeeze in there to fit a conveyor belt in. Chop chop. Okay, we've got the motors coming down. They are going in there, okay. So, let's try something. If I get rid of that and get rid of the tiny belt, maybe this is something that's been patched? Logistics conveyor lift. Yeah, that now extends out a bit further. Let's try one where we've actually got stuff coming down it. No, not a ramp. A conveyor lift. No, I forgot to get rid of the belt. Conveyor lift. Conveyor lift from there to there. I think that went in. Yeah, well, it's going up. Okay, let's replace all of these then, I guess. Alright, well that's good. Okay, so now we're done. We've got motors, right? Not very many, but we've got motors. So, the other thing I want to look at doing is some upgrading. So, well, let's clear out my inventory a little bit. I will mention, by the way, because you've seen it on screen a couple of times already, and I think it's something I actually did between episodes while I was looking for my cilia. I have beefed up a little bit. You can see here I've got some spiked rebar in my inventory and a rebar gun. So that's... Oh, I've also got the weed whacker, Xeno Basher, that's what it's called. Where did weed whacker come from? Was I supposed to do gardening today? Yeah, whatever. And of course the rebar gun there, and some medical inhalers because I had the stuff. Right, so upgrading wise, what do we have that is particularly slow at the moment? Well, we've got the steel production things, and then these guys, the rotors are slow, and the what are they called? Modular frames. Modular frames are slow, and these guys are slow, and they, I think, are all down to a lack of screws. Now, we're making screws fine, but we're only supplying like a belt, which is not very good because they need 2 belts per machine just to keep running full time. So we could start there. Alternatively, we could just start at the bottom of the factory and work up, upgrading everything as we go. Okay, what I'm going to do, first I'm going to look at steel beam production. Steel beam production. Okay, they are limited by steel ingots. Steel ingots are limited by throughput of iron ore and coal. So this is what I'm going to upgrade first, because then I'll have more steel beams and then I can upgrade faster, if you can follow my reasoning there. Okay, so what we'll do, so conveyor belt Mark III, what I'll do is I'll just bind that on top of the original conveyor belt. So what I want, so if I just do that, yeah, so let me remind myself of the speeds here. So this one goes at 60 per minute, this one goes at 270 per minute, which is 4.5 times faster. Four 60s are 240 and then an extra 30. So yeah, 4.5 times faster. So let's upgrade that and this and that. Oh, and that. Okay, now I think all of the input belts to these machines on this side. Okay. Now these are expecting 45 per minute. Now I'm giving them 270 per minute. So how many machines can I actually support? Well, 270 divided by 45 is of course 6. So I can triple my steel ingot production. Of course, I've just put all my resources away, so I can't actually build the machines at the moment. Alright, let's follow... No, let's put that on. Let's follow... There we go. Yeah, let's follow these back to the source, as it were. Okay, and we need to upgrade the conveyor lifts as well. Okay, then we need to go up there. I'm not even convinced I'm going to have enough steel beam to do this. Okay, let's just magic those into place now. I'm on the wrong platform. Alright, so these two belts I need to follow back. Okay, which one's closer? I think the coal's closer, so let's do that first. Okay, so we've managed to get the coal belt all the way back to this, and as a Mark II miner, this can do 240 per minute. Can't quite do 270 per minute. So we might want to have to think about something there. This is still running down from a stockpile at the moment. Maybe if I overclock it a little bit? Let's see, how many machines could we run off 240 per minute? Well, as you might expect, 240 divided by 45 is 5.3 recurring. So that's an awkward number. Yeah, I'm going to overclock this machine, but I don't have the slugs on me at the moment, or the power shards, or whatever they're called. However, on a more troublesome note, I'm virtually out of steel beams now, so there's that. Here we go. Both of these are now full of coal. Of course, they're still not getting the iron because I'm still waiting on the steel beams. But I mean, they're working. So, I mean, how many did we say these are getting? The steel beams are getting 2/3 of 40, I think. Yeah, so they're getting 26 2/3 per minute, and each of these want 30 per minute. So yeah, we can't even really run one of them at the moment. I don't know why I put 2. Did I just miscount? Maybe. Alright. Well, let's go see how many we've got. We've got another 56. That's not much. Ooh, just enough. I have 2 beams left. Oh, I thought I had 2 beams left. I have -2 beams left. God damn it. Alright. Well, I did pop down and get some of these. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put one in this one. And so these are making 120 per minute each. So that means I need one of them to make 150 per minute in order to fill the belt. There we go, 125%. That was far more difficult to get than it should have been. That's making 150. That's making 120 when I upgrade this last tiny little bit of belt here, which will mean that this is then a belt of 270. Alright, so I need 2 more steel beams. In fact, tell you what, do that. Yeah, I have to go down the coal way anyway to pick up some coal. Not to pick up some coal, to put the power shard in the coal machine. So I may as well pick up some coal on the way, or on the way back, and then I can just handcraft the steel beams. Okay, here we go. So we need to ramp this up to 270 per minute. Okay, so 112% is 268.8 per minute. That's not good enough. 113% is 271.2. So that's a little bit extra. Alright. And then what I can do actually, I may as well. Yoink! That should spin it up to full speed and keep it going for a little bit. Alright, well we'll upgrade that bit. That should now give us this belt to be fully compressed. Okay. So I saw a shiny thing over there. Alright, let's see where all the iron is going. Why? Ah! There we go. It just... It just hadn't yet backed up. Fair enough. Alright. Now we've done that. Oh, there's a berry there. We should be able to go and triple our steel beam production. Well, actually, no. This will allow us to triple our steel ingot production, technically. Alright, so here we are. We want to triple this, so we need another 4 foundries. Facing the right way, if possible. There we go, so that's 1. This will also be a good test to see if my system is as expandable as I thought it would. As I thought it would be, rather. Okay, and then we need splitters. Let's configure them, start them running. So, steel ingot, please. Steel ingot, please. Steel ingot, please. Steel ingot, please. And then we want to... Oh, hello. Well, I didn't expect that. Alright, we'll come back to that in a second. Let me finish off this line of mergers here. So that wants to face that way, actually. Okay, these ones, they only output at 30 per minute. So these belts, no. These are just going to be normal... no, they're not. There you go. Normal conveyor belts, not the Mark IIIs. Because they will never need to go any faster. And I can't quite afford them to be all conveyor Mark IIIs just yet. But let's find out what is going on with power first up. Alright, we just need more of these guys, it seems. But we're only supplying enough coal for 6. Alright, well, one of the things that we are about to do is also massively increase the amount of coal we have coming in for coal power. So, for the moment, let's just plop these down. So there's another 6 coal generators. Okay, another 5, because that's all I've got the stuff for. We'll put in splitters. Okay, I'll just go and get some wire. Fine. Alright, so what I'm going to do, for now, these are just going to be normal belts again. I will upgrade them a little later. And once they're stocked up with a bit of coal, I'll turn it back on. Okay, so this is very much just a temporary measure. This is not going to last for long at all. But I'm hoping that was just a short-term power spike. But yeah, we are definitely we're just not supplying enough coal to keep this running full time. In fact, when we were supplying what should have been exactly the amount of coal that 6 coal power plants could eat. So, yeah. Alright. But, alright, I guess we go over here. They are now producing. These should now be able to produce full time. Yeah, very much so, and we can double that. Production. And what are they in? Is that an assembler or a constructor? That's a constructor, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, so now we should be getting 40 steel beam per minute coming out here. And is that going anywhere else? Yes, it is. Steel beams are also going towards the production of encased industrial beams. Alright, so yeah, I'm going to keep an eye on power and just basically wait until we've got a bit more of a supply of steel beams. The next thing to upgrade from this point is going to be that belt running from the coal miner to power. That will allow us to, I think just double our power at the moment. It depends what level of miner I've got on that deposit and what level of deposit it is as to how many I can support. But we'll look into that. I'm just looking at a power pole. That's not a very interesting way to end the episode. Let's come up here. Let's look down at Spaghetti Hell. So, yeah, and there was something else very important that I was going to say that I totally forgot, so it can't really have been that important. Yeah, I think next episode is just going to be an upgrade-a-thon, but in the meantime, I will say thank you very much for watching, and I will see you again soon.